Hey everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm working on this Bissel carpet cleaner, and I actually picked this up quite a while ago, and it's needed a little bit of attention because the suction has been reduced greatly. So one of the first things I will tell you to check, getting right into this, is there is a HEPA pull-out filter right here. Now this filter looks okay here, but if you turn it over, it's getting gray. Now some people can try to wash these. This is a disposable filter. So you're probably best to just go ahead and get a replacement in a pinch. If you're waiting, you're going to have to wash this well or blow it out with air from an air compressor and then let it dry for days. Otherwise it's just going to turn to mud in there. And then make sure the filter in here, all that dirt and dust is cleaned out. If you're trying to order any parts online, either for the belt or anything else, here's your model number on the very back of the vacuum. Sometimes you can find it underneath, but usually it's right here on the back, and you can find out anything that you need from like partsdirect.com to find out diagrams of anything. So if your hose gets chewed on by your animal, or if you've lost one of your accessories, you can just order a replacement easily. So maybe it's not that you need a new vacuum. Maybe it's time that you tear your vacuum cleaner apart and get all the hairs and thread fibers that have come up from your carpets or your clothing cleaned out of your brush roll. And if your brush roll isn't spinning, it could be a broken belt. And if you take this off, you've got a part number right on there as a replacement. You can generally walk in and pick these right up at Walmart, Meijer, Target. I know Menards has a lot of supplies for these, but Bissel supplies are real easy to get, and a lot of times you can get a 2-pack. So if too much hair is bound on that roller brush, it can keep it from freely spinning in here, and this belt can get stuck and actually burn up and break. So do both at the same time. So if you've lost suction, one of the things to check is your pre-filters and HEPA filter, the removable, disposable, everything is washable. This is just a foam, and I've already washed this. It's ready to go back in. And then you've got the filter here also. This is a cyclone filter, and to get to that, you just open that up there, and you're gonna need 2 hands. Twist this. You can see here this locking and unlocking. So we're gonna twist to the left and just be able to slide that right out. So now that's out. Mine's already been washed, but a good recommendation is to spray it with soapy water and let it set, and then run hot water through it. When I pulled this out, I had dirt caked on here. It was almost as if somebody had used the vacuum on something wet. And if you carpet clean at all, the next time you vacuum, you want to make sure that everything is dry before you do that. So you can see it cleaned up pretty good. Some stuff like there, it was real hard to get in there and get all that, so I can probably get that off now. Way better than it was, and no odor, no residue from pets. This is your first filter, and this one seems to get the dirtiest. It's just a foam sponge. Brush off any dirt that you can so that you're not clogging your sink, and then wash this really good with Dawn dish soap. If you have pets, or if you're going to be running from house to house, first of all, make sure that it's very dry before you use that. So this is going to dry for a day before it's inserted back into the vacuum cleaner. And then this is the cyclone filter. Some Bissels don't have this section here or here, and it's just this plastic piece. Give it a good washing and spraying. I'm using a carpet cleaner spray on everything to make sure that we get rid of any pet odor or smells and get it thoroughly clean so that it will be good for our house or its next home. The same thing holds true with any of your accessory brushes. I took this all apart. There's another belt that runs this, and it runs off the vacuum. This runs off the suction of the vacuum, and it spins this. So make sure that this is free of hair, or it can get clogged and stop spinning, or your belt can be bound, worn out. You can see it's got these treads on the inside. That's got to grab right on your spindle. While you've got your roller brush out, take the time to go ahead and clean this. This part right here is your suction going to your accessory hose. You'll want to slip that right out and make sure that you get that clean. This has been used at some point with some moisture in it. So we're gonna go ahead and wash this and get it all clean. And this is your actual suction port up into the vacuum for your canister. And then this is all just kind of gunky and gross. So I'm going to dry wipe this out to get as much loose as I can, and then hit it with that carpet cleaner spray so that it will be polished clean just like when it was new. So now that everything has been sitting and drying, we can go ahead and start reassembling everything without having any trouble or complication of running dirt through the machine and sticking to the machine itself. So if you didn't pay attention to how you took it apart, watch now. And if something were to happen to this piece of foam, you could probably easily cut a dishwashing sponge to fit this. And the Cyclone, those little tabs right there, open up your collection container, and it goes right up inside. See how that goes? So that yellow filter right there is your, I would said before, maybe it was your pre-filter. I think it's actually your last filter. If that thing is getting so dirty from air going through here and dirt, maybe it was the opposite way, you're in bad shape. You got to have that thing clean. So we're just gonna put that up in there and twist until you hear it click. So now we can just set that on the machine till it snaps and cleaned in place. One of the things that I did is I took this to my shower and I sprayed cleaner soapy water here, and I took the bottom panel off to be able to check out the belt. Your belt mounts here. The cover is already off, and I was able to spray clean all of this with the soapy water and then rinse it out really good to flush it and to get this area here fully cleaned. Now, one of the things that people have asked me in my other Bissel like carpet cleaner and vacuum cleaner video is about the Bissel being so user-friendly and so easy to get replacement parts. I'm in Michigan, and Bissel is made in Michigan. They do not endorse me or sponsor me or pay me in any way. These are just the products that I use in my own house. This is the Turbo brush, and it is made for vacuuming your stairs. It works really great for that, and your furniture, to brush that dirt off instead of just the regular non-moving. This has a belt, and I showed this before. To reassemble it, it's really easy. Let me just show you here. You have got to get these little parts here with the curved side facing up. There's one on each side. I'll take it out and show you. So now you have your belt on your roller, and just kind of line it up. There's little slots here on the side. Same thing, you got to get that in there just right. It's round on one side and not round on the other. So there's only one way it can go. And as you can see, that belt path, it's not built in on this side. So, and you just stretch that out a little bit. Don't overstretch it. Some people like to mount this side first and use the roller to pull it forward. You can do it either way. So the thing about taking this apart and putting it together is this little tab. This is a locking collar right here. So you're going to have to line up your front. See, there's a little catch here. Line that up. Now you're just going to twist and lock this together. And I know I keep cutting out. It's a lot of two-handed work here, and I'm doing this without a cameraman. So see, I've just turned that tab all the way to the back, and now it is fully assembled and it looks brand new again. That just mounts back on the front of the vacuum cleaner, and that's the nice thing that I like about Bissell's too, is the self-storing accessories that you have with this that I don't have with like my Rainbow vacuum. So as you can see, everything is clean and ready to be reassembled. We're going to start with this brush roller. I showed you it before. It was completely clogged with hair and dirt. I sprayed this with carpet cleaner and got it so much cleaner. You could not even see that yellow. It alternates between yellow and orange on the one brush reel, and the white is definitely a lot better with only just minimal amounts of dirt left behind. Like I said, it looked like somebody had used it on wet carpet. I suggest the same thing, starting with, it's really hard and you don't want to stretch out the belt trying to pull it back, and you may end up just like stabbing yourself. So it's really good to use your roller to help pull everything into place. So you just get your belt looped on like that, pinch it with your fingers. Again, it's a two-handed job. I'm just going to feed this into there till it catches on that metal rod right in there, and that's your post and your roller for your belt. That's the shaft coming out of the motor. So you can see I've got that lined up in there. So now you're just going to roll it forward, stretch. Again, alignments on the side, on both sides, and you can't do it wrong. Snapped it right in, see? So I know I didn't show it before, but to get access to your belt, you have to start with taking out, there's a screw at each corner, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the screws. They're special, and they're always flat on Bissell because they're going into plastic. A pointy one is made for wood, so it would be a different type. So you just take those off, pull this out, clean that. Here's your brush roller. You can go ahead and pull it straight out. Release it from the belt. And then pull that belt out. Your belt number is printed right on it, and you can take this right to the store with you. The trickiest part about the whole breakdown in cleaning, this is the adjustment for height. I just popped that off real easy, and this hose and the funnel just slide right out. That was easy, and it's really good to know this in case you get a clog in this section here, which this vacuum did have. I actually got this vacuum for free, and just the fact that they had it was a very minor clog. It probably would have kept running had they just taken the time to clean the filters. People get rid of vacuums all the time thinking that it's lost suction. I've heard advertisements for various vacuums saying it never loses suction. I even have a Bissell that says it never loses suction. But once those filters are clogged, you lose all the suction, 100% of the time. Don't go buy a new vacuum. The hardest part was lining up. There's a very, very tiny groove right there. You can see that. And I mean, you're talking 1/8 of an inch. Those grooves slide onto this plastic housing that's part of the upper to hold this in place. So now that's fully in place. So a thing to know about reassembly, if you took this out, make sure you put that in first before you put your bottom cover panel on. And this little part right here has to go down into its home. Otherwise it's hitting on something else right in here. it's cut out to fit in a little L shape right next to it. Okay, so now everything's just lined up and we're going to put our screws back in. Remember that you're screwing into plastic. Don't over tighten your screws, because what will happen is you will actually crack the plastic. You're not going to get it any tighter. So don't overdo it. And that's why I don't use power tools on a project like this. I just use your basic home screwdriver, and this is a Phillips. Now I think I made my first Bissel carpet cleaner at least 13 years ago. My boys were little, and it was a belt replacement video and a maintenance video, and it's what you call a evergreen video. We get a lot of comments on it, a lot of help, because the styles are interchangeable quite often with Bissel. So you can watch a video about this Clearview bagless vacuum cleaner, and it will apply in 10 years to their new version, or a vacuum cleaner that's 10 years older, because a lot of their style doesn't change. Their engineers have gone through and made different things about them improve in areas that they were needed. This is so new. The person never even took the sticker off of that. We find that a lot with different things of this nature. And again, here is your HEPA filter. So that just goes in there like that. Make sure that that housing is cleaned out like I said. And that just snaps back into place. And this vacuum is clean and ready to go. So as always, I hope this video helps you with either cleaning, tearing down, replacing your belt. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. There's always tips and tricks to be shared in this, and we're always out to try to help you stay within your family budget. Reuse what you can, repair what you can. The pride of doing that over just throwing it out and going buying another one. If you were to donate this, someone's going to have to do it anyway, or it ends up in a landfill, because the next place that it goes to, you know, say the Goodwill, they're not going to take the time to clean it, and they're going to say, oh, it doesn't work, just throw it out. So you're doing a big thing by not just throwing it away. If this video helped you in any way, help you keeping in your family budget, we really appreciate you hitting the thumbs up button, sharing, subscribing, and if you want to leave us a tip, you can hit that PayPal me link and buy us a cup of coffee. We only drink coffee at home, so it's pretty cheap and easy to do. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.